Hello, everybody. I've been talking a lot recently. I think it's because I don't know why that is. I usually don't talk this much ever, and I don't know what's going on, but I'm really out here practicing my freedom of speech, and that's kind of for the worst. I don't know. But anyways, I was kind of thinking because I was talking to my friend the other day about things and that and this and that. And we were talking about how we were in high school and stuff like that because if you I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are like this, but people me and my friends like to reminisce about our high school days and talk about how it'd be crazy if we were still friends back in the day. um what the fuck. Yeah, and then how we always talk about our histories back in high school and if we would be friends, because one of my friends actually asked me the other day. We were just hanging out, and this is one of the friends I met in college, so they didn't know me back in high school. They were like, oh, what were you like in high school? And I was like, it's not okay, I'll be fair with you guys. I think you guys probably know by now that I'm not a loser, but I just okay, I don't think I was a bad person in high school. I don't think I was a good person in high school. I don't think I was a person in high school. I think I was just in high school, okay? When I think back about my experience in high school, I'm always kind of Actually, let me move myself really quick. You guys, I don't want you guys staring at my shitty ass wall. But anyways, I was thinking, right? I was well, I was a person in high school, right? But I don't think I was a good person, but I don't think I was a bad person. I feel as if I was more of a person, as I said. And so I was like, oh, I don't know. I feel oh yeah, I guess I was just, I don't know. I had a decent experience in high school. I don't think I would ever go back. And they were like, oh, that's pretty fun. And they were telling me about their experience. And I was as they were talking about themselves, I was trying to think of what I did in high school and how I was perceived in high school. And I was I don't remember. So, so after that conversation, it kind of had me thinking. And then I was talking to another friend who knew me from high school, and we were talking about, our experience in high school. And, this friend I considered to be was more popular than me in high school, but that's not even like a quantifier of anything. I feel once you get out of high school, your popularity does not mean shit. Most of the popular people I knew in high school, I don't give a fuck about outside of high school. They are literally out doing their own thing, and they are, I don't know if they're living their best life, but they're probably living the life that they want to live, which is, so I don't know why. Now that I think back at it, retrospectively, I don't really know why people cared so much about their popularity back in high school. And to some degree, I think I did care, but at the same time, I didn't really make an effort to become popular. I just talked to whoever the fuck would listen to me. Because yeah, whenever I would talk to any of my friends, they would consider me popular. But this was like people who were in art and art stuff and theater and stuff like that, so they weren't the pick of the litter. That's not to dunk on them or anything, but it's just say that they were at the lower status when they were in high school, so they always considered me popular because I talked to white people. And so they were oh man, yeah, you were popular, but I don't think I was. I talked to them, but that doesn't mean I'm friends with them. And I didn't even like talking to them. I'll be honest with you, most of the time I talk to them, I'm I don't know why I'm talking to you right now. I like to talk, but not to you. But I think one of the major reasons why I did just talk to anybody was because I was just bored. I was just bored. I had nothing better to do, and that's kind of what I am now. Whenever I'm just in class and I just get bored, I'm just oh, what are you up to? And when I'm talking to my friends now that knew me back in high school, we weren't friends back then because we ran in different circles. I think I ran in the more kind of the nerdy kind of loser. Because I was a loser. I'm not gonna sit here and be oh, I was really popular, this and that. No, I was a fucking loser. So yeah, I hung out with the losers or the outcasts. And so and my other friends, one of them hung out with those really popular sports kids and was considered fairly popular. And then another one kind of ran with the druggies, not the druggies, but more kind of the people that didn't do too well in school and just kind of just did whatever the fuck they wanted, just kind of the naughty kids, the bad kids. And so and then so basically it was confusing how we ended up talking to each other after high school, because these are not the sort of people I would have even imagined associating myself with at school. But after I graduated and after I had this distance from high school and the experience of that, I realized that oh wow, we actually have a lot in common, and they've become really good friends in my life. But back then, yeah, they would have not wanted nothing to do with me. They would have not wanted nothing to do with me, because one, I was weird. Two, I was weird. Three, I was weird. And it wasn't like furry tail till my butthole type of weird. It was just like, like this person just is not interesting enough for me to communicate with, there's just some people in your school that is not technically a nerd, but is not also popular. I feel like I was just like an NPC. Okay, I was like definitely an NPC. I just kind of went wherever the fuck I needed to go and just did what I needed to do to get through high school. I don't think I really made an impression on anybody in high school. The only thing that my friends have told me was that I was kind of annoying. Like, not kind of annoying, I was very annoying. And that's something I have come to accept and agree with, because it's not like something you can disagree with, right? It's like, if you're annoying, you're annoying. Like, what are you supposed to do about that other than being less annoying? But like, it's not like I'm out here like butt fucking people, right? I'm just being annoying. Like, I feel like if it's a crime to be annoying, then I should be locked up by now, but I'm not. So it's like, why is that my prerogative? Why is that my problem, And like, the thing is, it's like, most of the things I hear from like other people was that I was just either annoying or I was loud. And I just like was like, I don't know, like too goofy. That's it. Like, I was loud, too goofy, and annoying. Like, if that doesn't encompass me as a person, I really don't know what else does. Like, I don't think I was like, I don't know, like, I don't think I was like super like serious in high school. I mean, I hope not. But like, I just basically talked to whoever. Like, when I was like in Japanese class, I would be super fucking loud, and my teacher would like always separate me from the groups and stuff like that. So I was like, if that like gives you an impression of who I was in high school, then yeah. But I don't know, like, I feel like I am still like the same type of person I was back in high school, but just a little bit more elevated. And that was the one thing I really like kind of was sad about, because I was always like, oh, like, I'm so sad that I'm not like this like happy-go-lucky person anymore. I can't make jokes and stuff like that, because there was a point in my life where I just was not able to like have any fun and like be able to like joke around. But now I'm like able to be myself, because it kind of felt like I was like super self-conscious back in the day. Like even when I started making videos, I felt like super self-conscious, and I felt like if I was like, to be my goofy self, people wouldn't like accept me. But once I got into like the graphic design program, and once I got like more integrated into like a friend group and made more friends outside of like high school, I was able to kind of find that personality and who I wanted to be. And I'm like really comfortable with who I am now. Like, obviously there's like some stuff I want to improve on, but right now I'm like, yeah, I'm happy with who I am. Well, I'm not happy, but I'm like, I'm like good with who I am now. And I hope that I like, fix some stuff that's like, not good about me in the future. But yeah, I mean, looking back at it, I wouldn't think of myself as a bully, right? But I definitely do agree that I was mean to kids back then. Not kids, but I definitely was like mean to other people around. Like, I definitely did like participate in some collective bullying, and that's just, it's not something that should be accepted or acceptable, or like something that it should be, like bragged about. But it's definitely something that should be addressed, because I don't think that like living your life, like, I don't think you should like pretend that you didn't, if you didn't like also participate within this culture, because I think it is a really prevalent thing. And I think that if you're sitting out here and being like, oh my god, like, I never bullied anyone, like, I've always been a really good person, then you're fucking lying. Like, how are you gonna sit here and say that you've never said anything bad about anybody, right? Even the nicest fucking people I've ever talked to ever in my life always has something to say. Not always, but sometimes have something naughty to say, okay? And that's not a bad thing about some people. Like, you can't always be nice, and you can't always agree with people. So there's gonna be some instances in your life where you're gonna be like, oh, I fucking hate that bitch, okay? So allow yourself to hate that bitch, but in your own terms, right? I don't think I've ever said any, like, I want to put that out there. Like, every time I say something mean, I mainly mean it in like a joking way, but I get that some people are not able to read my vibes correctly and probably think that I was being serious and bullying them or something like that. And so if I've ever done that to you, I apologize. I'm on my hands and knees. If you want reparations, then come to me and ask me for it, and I will give you an apple core, because I don't have any money. But I will give you an apple core, and if you are allergic to apples, I will give you an orange peel. But that is all I can offer at this moment. But yeah, I definitely did some like bad things, not bad things, but I definitely participated in like some group bullying. There was like this girl I remember that like dated my cousin or something, and like, I don't know, it was just like a running joke in my friend group. Like, my cousin dated this girl, and like it was just like outside of his like dating range, so we kind of like made fun of him and made fun of her. And then, but like, now I just don't really care what the fuck she's doing. Like, it seems like she's having fun, she has a boyfriend, this and that, so it seems like she's living her best life. And and I don't think I ever really said anything to her face, but it still would hurt if she heard the things that my friend group was saying about her. And I definitely was the type of person to just like jokingly spread a rumor. Like, sometimes I'm like, oh, I think he's gay, but like as a joke, okay, as a joke. I was gay back back then and I'm so gay now. So I think, so for me, it was funny because I'm like, oh, it's funny for other people to be gay because I'm gay. And so I was like, oh, I think he's gay. Like my gaydar is going off because it is a known fact that only gays have gaydars, okay? Like if you're gay, you have a built-in gaydar. If you're straight, you do not have the ability to say so. But if you're gay, you got one, okay? And don't deny it too. Don't deny that you don't have a gaydar because you do. You do. Not you straight people though, but the gays. Anyways, so I was like, oh, I think he's gay. But jokingly, I was like, oh, I think he's gay. But like, JK, okay? And then people would take me seriously and be like, oh, I heard he's gay. I'm like, no, the fuck he's not. I'm joking. You guys don't understand what the fucking joke is. But like, I still understand that joke of mine still did like some damage because I had this one friend who came up to me. He's like, bro, why the fuck are you telling people I'm gay? I'm like, I did not say that. I mean, I did say that, but as a joke. And then people were like spreading around this room. It's like, I'm not fucking gay. And I'm like, okay, I won't say it anymore. And then other people started calling him gay. Like other gay people started calling him gay. And I was like, okay, that wasn't me that time. Like, it was like literally like it fizzled out, right? And somehow it just like started bringing back up. And I was like, bro, like if the fucking shoe fits, it turns out maybe he is gay. I don't know. I haven't spoken to the motherfucker in a while. But like, I don't know, like if I said it and then it suddenly like, you know, blew up and then it died back down. But then, you know, I stayed quiet and then it suddenly blew back up. Like there has to be something, okay? Sometimes society calls you gay and you might not think you're gay, but you might be gay, okay? Sometimes you can't read yourself for what you are, but then sometimes the world might know who you are before you do, okay? So just let that be, yeah. Because there are a lot of times in high school where people are like, oh, I heard this and that were gay, this and that are gay. And then they would adamantly be like, I am not gay. But now they are as gay as can be. They are gay as fucking circle, okay? And that's not to diss anybody, right? Because one of my friends was like that. She was like, oh no, I like boys, this and that. And then turns out she's a raging homosexual. And that is on her shit, okay? That is on her prerogative. That is who she is as a person, and that's who you respect, right? But I think that back then, it was embarrassing to be gay, okay? Like, let's not sit here and lie. It was embarrassing for kids to think that they're gay because I was like, why do you want to be kissing girls as a girl? Why do you want to be kissing boys as a boy? That's weird. That's strange, right? But now that we're like more kind of established as like people more like, I feel like compassionate, because back then I feel like a lot of kids don't have compassion and just do not have a lot of like, you know, what the kids call intelligence, okay? And so they think that anything outside of the norm is weird, and so gay people were weird, and so being gay was funny, okay? And even now it's like it's normal to be gay, but sometimes it's just like, oh, that's a little fruity, you know? It's a little fruity, it's a little sassy, okay? But there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a little joke, so you gotta joke around sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's like, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. But understand if you come from like a, you know, background where it's like, if you're gay, you go to hell or some shit like that. It's good to protect yourself if you're in an unsafe environment, if you're gay, right? So if you don't want to be outed, don't allow people to, not don't allow, but like protect yourself as much as possible, right? Protect yourself as much as possible if you are in a situation where your sexuality will bring you some type of harm. But like if you are like me and just like, I don't know, just like your parents don't give a fuck about who you are. I don't know, wait. Okay, I don't want to say that my parents don't give a fuck about who I am, like, sexually. I don't think they, like, well, I've told them multiple times, even as a kid, I don't want a husband, I don't want, like, kids, and, like, I just want to pet cat. Like, my parents know that the only thing I want is to pet cat, right? And so I like, destined myself to be a cat person. And, I mean, one time I told my mom I was gay in the car, but, like, my mom just took it as a joke. She's like, oh, that's good. You don't need a boyfriend. You don't need to get pregnant and stuff like that. And my friend laughed about it. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then I just laughed about it, forgot about it. And then it came back up here, like, just now. And I was like, oh, wow, that happened. But, yeah. But like I said, my parents are like, I don't know, I don't want to say progressive, but they like know what gay people are. Like they know who gay people is. And so I don't know. Like I don't think it's like I don't think that they'll be like mad at me for like pulling up with a girl or whatever the fuck. Like they know that I have gay friends. They know that, you know, people around me are gay and shit like that. And so I don't know. Yeah. So back then it was just a really strange environment. And I don't know if yeah. Like I said, I believe myself to be a loser. I don't think of myself as someone who is very popular. I like to talk to people, and I usually had like a friend group that I would always talk to, or always had like some people to talk to. Because I feel like a lot of the times I just kind of like was like not a people pleaser, but I just kind of talked to whoever the fuck I wanted to. Like I didn't take things too seriously back in high school, I don't think, other than being like depressed, but that's like not my problem. You guys ever feel that? Like sometimes you just feel like your mental issues are not your problem, so you don't have to deal with it. Yeah, that's how I feel, right? But yeah, just thinking about high school, just in general, just as like, I don't know, just like has made me like a lot more, I don't know, because I don't think about my high school experience a lot. Because why the fuck would I want to do that? Like, that's just sick in the head. Like, why would I want to think about like what I did back when I was in puberty, right? Like, I was just, I don't know, I wasn't doing weird shit. Like, I wasn't showing my booty hole to like dogs or anything. I was just doing me. And most of the time I like think back at it, like I like had good relationships with my teachers. I really liked most of my teachers, and that's all I remember. Like, the thing is, like, if I wanted to really remember high school, I have to like have people remind me of what happened. But like on my own, I don't remember like most of what happened in high school. If I'm being honest, like I remember the gist of it, I remember some instances, but I don't remember like anything. Like, so yeah, but yeah, anyways, this wasn't the topic I was like going to talk about. I was going to talk about stalking people after you graduate from high school, because we have all done this. Okay, do not sit here and lie to me. If you've graduated high school, and if you are in not post-grad, but if you're in like in college or like whatever the fuck now, and you don't sit in your room sometimes, bored as fuck, bored out of your mind, or procrastinating and looking at your fucking classmates like public profiles, okay? Because I have done that too many fucking times in my life, okay? Because for me, it's like, it's not like I'm like stalking them, okay? I'm just checking up on them. I'm trying to see what they're doing. I just want to see how they're doing. I want to see where they're all going. I want to see what my class has been doing, all right? So I check in and I'm like, oh my fucking god. Because there was one instance where I like went on this like girl's page and I'm like, damn, you're a fucking model now? Because she used to be like me, right? A fucking loser and someone who was very quiet and was not known. But that now she's out here doing like model shit. And I'm like, wow, that's cool shit. That's cool shit. Like, I like how like these people that you would like assume to be kind of more like assume to like bring their high school personalities into their not afterlife, what the fuck, they didn't die, like bring their like school, like high school personality into like their older life. You would think that would occur, but no, they've moved on from high school and like made themselves a lot better. And then sometimes I'll like be looking at like other like more, I don't want to characterize it, but it's always the popular motherfuckers, okay? It's always the popular motherfuckers, and it looks like they're doing the same shit as always. They're out partying and stuff like that. And it looks like they're having a good time, but deep down, I know they're doing naughty shit, okay? Because it's always the most pristine looking bitches that be doing the most heinous shit. Oh god. Because one time I was stalking this dude's page and I was like, oh, I brought it up to one of my friends. I was like, oh, this guy, like, that's like, I was looking at this guy and they're like, oh bro, like, no, he is not doing well. Like, he cracked his skull, this and that. He like did this to his girl and then he did that and he went through like this and that. I'm like, bro, I just saw him with like a fishing video. Like, I didn't think he was going through all that. You know, like every time I like look up somebody and I think they're doing like great, because like I feel like social media has really diluted the way that we like believe how people are living their lives, right? Because I look at these people, these happy people on social media, I'm like, oh wow, they are living their best life. And then I hear all this shit from other people, or like people from themselves. Like, sometimes I hear from themselves and they're like, yeah, like when I took that picture, I hated my life. Me and my boyfriend were fighting 24/7. Like, me and my family were having a falling out. And I was like one of my friends I like checked up on recently, she got engaged. And I was like, oh my god, congrats, this and that. And then I met with her afterwards, like a couple of months after. And then she was like, yeah, no, we broke up. Like, girl, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry to air your shit up, but you know who you are. But like, she was like, yeah, no, like, we broke up. Like, he was not good for me. Like, we've had these issues. Like, I moved out to his hometown and I thought I was happy there, but no, I was fucking miserable. Like, when he proposed to me, I thought I was happy, but I wasn't. And then like we broke up, and then like, because he was cheating on me. And I was like, girls, I was looking at your social media pages and it looks like you were making moves. And she's like, no, I was fucking miserable throughout the entire thing. I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know what to say in that like point, because I was like, I thought you were doing good in your life. And she's like, no, like, I just wanted to put that out there because that's, you know, how you're supposed to do with social media. I'm like, I guess it's not like I'm gonna post like about my like battles with, I don't know, mental health and like fucking beating up myself. No, not beating up myself, but like, I'm not gonna, I'll be out here like posting like shit about like, I don't know, about how like I want to kill myself every single night, you know? That's not something I want to engage with every single day. So therefore I put out what I want to see, and it's like, and it's bad bitches, okay? I like putting out sexy pictures because I like looking at sexy bitches. What's wrong about it, right? What's wrong about it? You make the content you want to see, okay? And I want to see some titties, okay? I want to see some sexy motherfuckers on my homepage, and that's what you get, right? On my homepage on Instagram, all you see is very sexy individuals and very sexy men, okay? And so Yeah, so that's what I put on social media, but like I rarely like ever post about like my mental health or stuff like that. So I like, it's obvious to me, like it's obvious that you won't post that type of shit. But at the same time, it's like it's easy to fall into that delusion of like, oh wow, these people are like doing so much better than me. Like this person is like doing this and that. This person got a job here and there, and they're doing so well, and they have a boyfriend and stuff and that. They like went to Bora Bora or some shit like that, and you're sitting in your room like, what the fuck have I been doing with my life? Like literally, like I'm the same age as them, and I literally have no life experience, and I literally have done nothing to make my life worthwhile. Meanwhile, these people are out there getting jobs and getting 401ks, and getting babies, getting not financed, fiancéed up, getting married, getting kids and stuff like that. And you're like, wow, like I feel so stunted as an adult. But then you think back at it, it's like, bro, like you don't know what's going on in their lives. Like you really don't know. Like what if they have this kid but they fucking hate that kid, or maybe they hate their fucking life, or they're fighting their baby daddy, or they're like literally having family problems, or like they're having financial problems. Like you never know what's going on behind the screen. And so I don't like, whenever I like stalk my classmates, right, I don't really believe what they're posting. Like I don't want to be mean or anything. Like it's obvious that I want them to be happy, even though I don't really like them. Like I still want them to live like a best life, and I want them to, you know, do what they do, and I want them to, you know, live their life to the fullest, even though maybe they did me wrong back in the day, or maybe I just don't care about them. Like I still want them to live a fulfilling life. But there are times where I'm just like, there's no way this person is this happy. There's no way this person has done this many things, has happy of a family and this and that. Like there's no way somebody's living their life like this, like for like this, like happily, right? Like there's just no way. But maybe they're it, maybe they are, maybe they're living their life. But like every time you just like speak to anybody that like portrays this for like really happy influencer life, you talk to people around them and they're just like no, they're not doing well. Or like the person themselves will tell you like, yeah, no, like the life I portray in social media is just the life I want to have, but that's not the life I want to, like that's not the life I'm living. And that is just insanity to me, because because one of my friends was also like, yeah, I posted this picture with this friend, but I actually don't really like this girl. And I'm like, what? I was like, y'all look so happy on social media, but you're really out here telling me that you were not happy with her? And she was like, yeah, no, I hated that bitch. I'm like, I don't know what that says about the friend, but but hey, man, I'm not here to make judgments. Like they can do whatever the fuck they want, right? Because they can post whatever the fuck they want, this and that. And even then, back in high school, that was the same thing. Like people would always post like happy pictures of their friends back in high school, and they were like, oh my god, I love you so much. Like I cannot imagine a world where I cannot be with you. Like I want to marry you, I want to be forever with you. And then you'll talk to them and be like, no, I hate that bitch. Like I fucking hate that bitch. Like I never want to see them again. They did me so wrong. They killed my dog, they fucked my mom, and they did wrong to me. And I was like, oh my god, like okay, like and so that's why I think I have a lot of like, not trust issues, but I have a hard time believing that these people are genuinely doing the things that they want to do, you know, or like genuinely like happy in their lives. But like at the same time, it's like I don't like, when I look at my social media page, like I feel like I do portray like a very happy life. Like I post stuff about going to Vietnam and post stuff about like my school and stuff like that. So it does show like this lifestyle where, you know, I'm going to college and I'm traveling and stuff like that. So it obviously like shows like that I have a very privileged life, because I do live a fairly privileged life, right? And so, but it's not like I'm posting like my moments where I'm literally having like a fucking mental breakdown about like this and that, or like fucking like shitting my pants because I, you know, I have so much shit going on in my life. Not so much shit, but like I'm just having so much anxiety about my life, where at the point where I'm like, bro, like my mom can literally open this door right now and have a noose around my neck, right? But like I'm not posting that shit because it's like, who the fuck would want to listen to that, first of all? And second of all, like there are days where I look back at like my really angsty like emo post from like, you know, a couple of weeks ago and be like, what the fuck was wrong with me? And like when you post stuff like that, it's obvious that you're gonna get people like all worried and stuff like that. So that's not something you really want to put out there unless it's like dire shit. But like when you've experienced anxiety and depression so much in your life, it's like, why the fuck would I post that, right? Like why the fuck would I post when I'm at my lowest? And like it seems like I'm like not attention seeking, but at the same time it's like if I'm posting something online, I'm obviously looking for attention, right? I'm like, I don't post like my vacation pictures for me. I'm posting it so my family can see. I'm posting all of my college achievements because I want people to see that I've achieved these things, right? And so I'm not out here like trying to like spare some pity for me. Like what the fuck, I don't know, like like I do appreciate those posts where people are like, I'll just be honest right now, like I'm not doing well mentally, and I just want you guys to know that like I'm not gonna like post anymore, and I'm doing this and that. Like I appreciate that. I appreciate people being open about their mental health, but I feel like at the same time we gotta back off of the social media. I'm being so fucking dead ass right now. Like we need to back off of social media and just let us breathe. Just breathe, okay, you guys? Take a deep take a deep breath. Breathe in the ozone. Breathe in all of the. Because right now we are smelling the ass of Bezos. Okay, we are smelling the ass of everybody at Facebook, smelling the ass of every influencer. We're smelling too many asses right now, and we need to start smelling air. Okay, we need to start smelling the good old air instead of just up the buttholes of everybody that we do not care about. Okay, because there have been so many times in my life where I just compare myself to everybody in the world, and I still do that. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, like I'm just living my life, right? I'm just living my life. I'm happy with who I am, because that's not true. Okay, I'm happy with who I am now, but at the same time, I do compare myself still. I still look at like my peers and be like, oh wow, like they got this internship and they're doing so well, they got this job, they have all these connections and they're doing so well in life. And then I'll look at like people from my high school and be like, oh my god, like they went on so many vacations, they can afford this and that, like, they're married, this and that, and I'm like, oh wow, we wow. Like people are making so many moves, and like it's hard not to get dejected in these cases, because it's like, wow, like what the frig? Like, what the frig am I doing with my life? Like, I'm a fucking loser. I'm never gonna amount to anything. Like, I should just kill myself. But then I don't know. I take a nap or something and I wake up and I'm like, wow, like that was dramatic. But at the same time, it isn't really dramatic, because sometimes it can feel like that. I'm not trying to diminish my feelings, but at the same time, it's like, girl, you're just being dramatic. Because sometimes when I get like that, it's either I'm on my period, I'm hungry, or it's just like that, okay? Sometimes I'm just like that. Like there's sometimes like no definite reason why I'm like that, but like it happens and then I sleep it off, or something just happens where my mind just like clicks and I'm like, oh wow, like I don't give a fuck about that. Like I don't give a fuck about if they're going to Bora Bora, or I don't give a fuck about if they got that job. Like what that got to do with me? What does that got to do with me as an individual? Does that affect me as a person? Does that affect the way that like my life trajectory is going to go? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Like it's cool that they are doing what they're doing, and it's cool that I'm doing what I'm doing, right? Like I might not be in the best spot in my life, like I might not be thriving, but you know, eventually I'll get there. And if I don't get there, then you know, I'll just keep on working at it. And like there's some days where I'm like, what is the point? What is the point? I just want to like fucking like jump off this building right now. I want to like, you know, cut my guts out and just fucking, I don't know, do this and that. But then I don't know, like you just have to sit with those thoughts and allow it to, you know, do this thing, and then it just and then just, you know, allow the universe, not the universe, but allow where the fuck you believe in to come back and be like, ayo, everything is fine, you just need to chill out. Because like if you guys have anxiety, you know what it's like. And if you don't have anxiety and you still have these thoughts, just know that like it's not normal, but it is kind of normal to like feel these like crushing thoughts of like just being, you know, not good enough, you know, because everybody feels like they're inadequate in the day of social media, because all people do, and like I am also a proponent of this, I also do this, okay, but all people do on social media is post about their W's, okay? Nobody is willing to post their L's online unless they want to get blasted, okay? And so therefore, you will always encounter things that seem a lot larger than life than what it actually is, okay? You're going to encounter things that look way better than what life actually is, because a lot of those times, a lot of those instances are very small instances of successes, but at the end of the day, those people are like probably not doing as well as you think they are, and that is okay. That is okay that we're not doing as well, because you know, we are people and we are struggling and that is a-okay. That is a-okay. And I think that, you know, you should be more kinder to yourselves if you're like, because this is something I need to like hear for like hear all the time when I'm like thinking these stuffs, right? When I'm like thinking of like the fact that I'm a fucking loser and I can't do shit, and I'm like a fucking loser that doesn't work and just mooches off of their parents, right? And so I always think I'm always like, you know, anxious about that stuff and I was overthinking it. But then I'm like, okay, bro, like you need to chill the fuck out. Like you're 20 and you are still in the formative years of your life. Like you don't need to be overthinking it that much. Like you need to think about it. Like there's some responsibilities that you have within this lifetime, but right now you don't need to like be shitting and pissing your pants over the shit that you cannot change. Okay, there are a lot of things that you cannot change within this world, and you just have to manage what you can. And I know this probably isn't helpful to anybody that's like suffering through like anxiety, because if someone told me this right now, I'd be like, shut the fuck up, like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, like blah blah, this and that, but like, yeah. Anyways, I need to go back to that topic I was like talking about. What was it? Oh, stalking your high school, whatever the fucks, right? Yeah, so I was like stalking a lot of their pages, and okay, Let me just say, okay? I don't know if they're ever gonna watch this video. I surely hope not, because it's gonna expose me, okay? It's gonna fucking expose me, and it's gonna make me humiliated, blah, blah, this and that, okay? But back in the day, right, I really wanted some Asian friends, but I never was able to have like this like tight-knit group of Asian friends. Like, if you're Asian, and you know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, if you're in high school, right, and you're Asian, you either hang out with the white kids or you hang out with Asian kids, okay? Like, or like just hang out with anybody outside of a group. But like, deep down, when you're outside of that Asian friend group, you deep down really want an Asian friend group, okay? You just want one, okay? I don't know what it is, but you just want one. I don't know if it's like a me thing, but like, I feel like it's a universal thing. I'm gonna say it's a universal thing because I experienced it, okay? And so back in high school, I really wanted like this Asian group, like friend group where we can watch anime together, get boba together, and just talk about this nerd shit together, because that was what I was into, right? I liked anime, I liked Asian stuff. Oh my god, you guys, can you believe that I'm Asian and I like Asian stuff? Can you believe that? Oh my gosh. But anyways, yeah. So that was what I wanted in high school, or like just like for the majority of my life. I really was not able to have that because, well, for where I'm from, Minnesota, there is a big population of, you know, minorities and whatnot, but like there's mostly white people, right? And my high school was like considered like the most diverse, not the most, but like it is fairly diverse. I think there's like 60% white kids and like 40% like minorities and whatnot. So that's like a pretty decent amount. But like at the same time, it's like I just hung out with a lot of white people. I don't know. Like, I don't have a problem with white people. I love white people, okay? I love white people. Let me just say. Let me just put that out there, man. I love white people with the bottom of my heart. Like, the casseroles y'all be making, oh my god. Some of the fucking desserts y'all have. Like, just, let me just say, right? I love white people cuisine. I love their culture. I love the way they just be having parties, okay? Like, white people just love to fucking party. That's what I like about them, man. They have a party for fucking everything, and I just need that in my life. Like, they have a party for like their neighbors, they have a party for their dog. Like, I need that shit in my life. I need people who know how to fucking party, and then white people know how to get down, okay? They know how to get down. Anyways, but yeah, I had a lot of white people in my life. Not white people. But I had a lot of like white friends in my life, and I like don't regret having those friends because I had a lot of fun with them, and I obviously like, you know, cherish them even now, you know. But at the same time, it's like I really wanted like someone who looked like me and have a friend group that looked like me and grew up like me. But because like there were times in my white friend groups where I just realized I didn't have these like same shared experiences, and so it was really eye-opening at that time because I was like, wow, like we are so different. Like, you believe that I should not be here, like you believe that immigrants should not be in this country, and I am an immigrant, but they're like, but you're one of the good ones. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm one of the good ones? Like, I am not. Like, I am not one of the good ones. I don't know why you're lying to yourself. Like, just say I'm a bad person and move on. Anyways, but yeah, so that's when I would realize that like I just want like people like me. Like, obviously I don't want to be like in an echo chamber where everybody believes what I believe, but like at the same time it's comfort. Like, I want people, like, it's normal to want people like in your life that like reflect your same values and like, you know, are similar to you in some degree. And so yeah, that's what I wanted like really bad back in high school, and I was not able to have that. But there was this like one group of Asian people that I just wanted to be a friend group, a part of the friend group so bad, like so fucking bad. You do not understand. Like, it was not a need, right? It was a want. It was a want and a need. It was a desire. I wanted it so badly, but I didn't get it because I was hanging out with white people and weird. And so yeah, after high school, we do a little bit of stalking, okay? We do a little bit of stalking. And so I was looking at their pages, and it seems like they're having a lot of fun. Honest to God, but like, let me just say, some of y'all motherfuckers need to take your pages off on private, okay? If you take anything from this fucking video, get off of private. I want to see what you're doing. I'm not here to hate, right? I'm not here to hate. I'm not here to love. I'm not even here to like your photos. I'm not here to follow you. I'm not here to do anything except to look at your posts, look through your comments, and that's it, okay? Okay? I never ever leave a comment. I never send the post to anybody. I never like the post. I never like follow the person. I never ever do anything to indicate that I am on their page, okay? Because the last thing I want to do is to announce my presence, okay? I'm not no fucking JoJo character, okay? I'm minding my own business and doing what I gotta do, okay? And which is stalking, okay? So I'm just here to see what you guys are up to, and then I'm logging off and not thinking about you guys ever again, okay? So when I say I stalk these people, I do not follow them around, right? I do not look at their IP address. I do not look at their social security number. I do not steal their identity, okay? What I do in my free time is what I do in my free time, and what I do in my free time, right? It's just stalk people. Not stalk. I don't even know if stalking is the correct word. It's just catching up with people, but without their consent. It's a one-way streak. It's a one-way streak when it comes to me. Okay, so yeah. So just open your pages, okay? Just for me, okay? Just open your pages just for 1 week, just for me to see how you're doing, and then you can private it, okay? That's all I need from you. That's all I need from you, because what is so precious in there that you have to hide? What is so freaking precious in there? Because I know damn well it's just a fishing photo. I know damn well it's just you on the lake. I know it's damn well it's you at a rave. So open that bitch up so I can see what the fuck you're doing, okay? But no hard shit, okay? No naughty shit, okay? Because like I said, I'm not here to be a hater. I'm not here to be a lover. I'm here to just spectate. I want to see what you're doing because I'm a nosy bitch, okay? I want to see if you're doing well, and if you're not doing well, that sucks. I hope you get better, and if you're doing well, big ups to you. And that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. But anyways, it's just a joke, okay? You guys don't have to do what I just said, okay? Like, if you want to leave your pages private, leave that bitches private. I don't want you guys to feel like, oh my god, like maybe I should make myself like public, blah, blah, this and that, okay? Like, I don't give a rat's ass. I'm just joking, okay? So if you have it public, just know I've looked at your page and I have had thoughts, and it's probably good thoughts. I was like, oh wow, they are doing really well in life. Congrats. And then I'll move on to the next page, and because like I was just like go on someone's page, and then I'll like scroll down, and I'll look at their post and be like, oh wow, cool. And then I'll look at their comments, and then I'll click on the comments, and if they're private, but if they're not, I look at their page and wow, it's like, oh my god, they were in Rome, that's so sick. And then I'll keep on scrolling and then look through their following or something like that, and then I'll follow down this rabbit hole and be like, oh wow, I remember them from this and that, and I remember this from high school, and I remember this and that, and that's it. And then I log off, get a meal to eat, and then go to sleep. That's all I do, right? That's all I do. And I do this like probably like once a year, okay? Once a year, or like once in every blue moon, or like, I don't know. I don't want to say once a year. I probably do it like probably like 3 times a year, but that's not a lot for 3 times a year, because there's like 365 days in a year, and I do it 3 times a year for like about 2 hours, so that's not too bad, okay? It's not too bad, okay? I am not chronically online. No, I'm kidding. But anyways, but yeah, so I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it is. So that's what I do. I mean, I don't think it's like an embarrassing. I feel like a lot of people do it. I think a lot of people do it. I've heard a lot of people do it. I'm assuming a lot of people do it, okay? And so I don't think it's weird at all. I mean, I do think it's weird, but I don't think it's weird. Like, I think it's strange, but like, it's not like offensible, you know? It's not like something that I could be locked out for. It's just, I don't know. But yeah, I just think a lot about like, I don't think a lot about it, okay? But I just think a lot about like, you know, like, because like I feel like high school for me just ended in like a really kind of like it, because I thought it was going to end up with like a, you know, like end up with a bang, but instead it just, COVID hit basically, and then so we had school online, and it just ended up like just fizzling out. Like I think that's the main reason why I don't remember anything, because at the tail end of my high school experience, I wasn't forced to hang out with these fucking people anymore, so I stopped giving a shit about them. So essentially, I like started the process a lot earlier than most of my high school peers, because I started like probably a year earlier than them, because I did PSEO and I went to a community college instead of high school during my high school senior year, and so I didn't really I didn't go to my homecoming. I don't think I went to any prom. Like, I don't think I went to prom like at all. I went to like 1 homecoming maybe, or like 2. I don't remember. But like, yeah, so I didn't really like do the high school like milestone things. But like, do I regret it? No, because I wouldn't have fun anyways. I hate going to like high school dances because I just don't like them. Because I know from experience, right? And so, yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm like, oh man, I wish I could like dress up and take pictures with my friends, this and that. And like sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish I took like my senior pictures, because like, I don't know, there's like not a lot of times in my life where I get like my photos professionally taken, you know? But like at the same time, I'm like, why the fuck should I give a fuck? Like, no one is ever gonna ask for my prom pictures or ask for like my senior pictures. Like, it'd be nice for my parents to have, you know, to, you know, I don't know, like post up on their walls, because right now, literally the only pictures they have of me are like pictures from me when I was back in like junior high. Like, they don't have any like updated pictures of me, because I don't take updated pictures of me. I don't have like, I don't know, like professional like headshots anymore, because I'm in college. and we don't really do that shit here. And so most of the pictures that we have are really dated. And honestly, God, whenever like go through the house, like it literally looks like I have a different child up, because I look way different than when because I had like all this black hair, I had like spectacles and stuff like that, and so I look way different than what I used to be like. And so yeah, maybe one day, I don't know. But yeah, I didn't go to my graduation, which I don't give a rat's ass about. You guys know about that. And then I didn't like do the walking thing, whatever the fuck it's called, the walking thing. I didn't go to like any grad parties and stuff like that. I mean, I had a grad party, but I didn't go to that. So yeah, I didn't really get that like high school experience, but like, do I regret it? I sometimes like wish I did, because then I don't know, I sometimes wish I did regret these things, but I don't, you know, because it's like, why dwell on the things that you can't change? Like, I did not attend those things, and I will not attend those things. And so I just have to keep on moving on. And right now, there are a lot of things in my life where I'm like, I wish I did that, I wish I did this. Like, there's times where I wish I went out more in my freshman year of college, where like I did a lot more, but I'm like, I would not have enjoyed myself anyways, you know, because like I know myself as a person, and the second I step into like any frat party, or not, I've never been to a frat, but every time I like step into like a party, I just feel awkward, and I just don't want to be there and stuff like that, and like I just don't enjoy myself, and like, why would I do that if I don't enjoy it? So yeah, I don't really regret a lot of things, but like there's just sometimes I'm like, whoa, like maybe I would enjoy it there. I would enjoy that, but no. I know myself as a person, I think. And yeah, so like high school just ended out like not like just like ended just like flat for me. And so I think that's one of the primary reasons why I don't really think about high school that often. It's just like, you know, for a lot of people, I feel like high school was a really big part of their lives. Like, one of my friends like really cherishes her time back in high school and kind of wishes to go back in there. But for me, I'm just kind of like, well, I don't really care about going back there. Like, I fucking hated it, I'll be honest. Like, I fucking hate being there. But there are some times where I'm like, I really do miss that like social interaction that you had, because you were just in a group, you were just in a school filled with like, you know, like people who were 4 years older than you, and people who were like this and that, right? So you had like this variety, and you were like forced to hang out not forced, but you were always by people, and you always would be surrounded by people. And I feel like if you had like a really good experience in high school, it's obvious that it's gonna like, you know, like dictate the way you like formulate your life. But if you just had kind of like a lukewarm experience like me, you don't really care for that shit, you know, because all I did was just schoolwork and just kind of dicked around occasionally, but that's about it, you know. And so I mean, if you had fun in high school, and if you quote unquote peaked in high school, that's your problem. I don't care about that. Not to be mean, but if you peaked in high school, you peaked in high school. But like, you can't always let high school dictate the way you live your life, you know. Like, there's going to be instances in your adult life where maybe, you know, you bring up high school and be like, oh yeah, I miss high school, this and that. But does it really matter? Does it really matter if you, I don't know, like, were the most popular kid in school? Because like, it does not matter in college. Like, it is so distant in college. Like, nobody gives a fuck about who you were or who you are and who the fuck you is in college. Like, it does not matter. And so if you're younger watching this video and you're like fretting about like, you know, the small shit about school, be like, oh, people think I'm a loser, people should tell me I kill okay, if people are telling you to kill yourself, get some help. But if you're just like going through like just like what I've experienced, because if any of this like resonates with you, just know that it doesn't matter it does not matter. Like, and if you are having a good time in high school, then I am glad you are having a good time in high school. I'm glad you're having like the most time of your life, and just know that like, if you have a good time in high school, you're gonna have a good time in college too. So don't worry about, you know, losing your friends and stuff like that. Because if your friends are real friends, there will always be a way, right? There will always be a way to connect with them, and there will always be a way to be friends with them, you know? Because friendship, like good friendships, will not go away, okay? And so that is my advice to anyone that is younger. If you're older and you guys have more experience like if you're older than me, okay, if I'm 20 right now, right? And if you're older than me, and if you have any advice, I love to listen, because, you know, I'm a nosy motherfucker, okay? If there's anything about me, I'm a nosy bitch. I am a very much nosy person. And so if you have any advice, I feel like I would love to hear it. And I feel like anybody else watching this video probably clicked on it for a reason, and probably are also very nosy people and would love to hear what you have to say. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the times we just care too much. Okay, you guys care too much, and you guys just need to give less of a fuck. Okay, I'm just kidding. You guys need to care more. Okay, lots of y'all are losing your empathy, and that's not bueno. So chin up. Chin up, dog. All right, I think that's like all I gotta say now. I'm gonna start rambling about like eating dog shit if I keep on talking. So I'm gonna log off and try to finish this fucking essay I've been working on for the last fucking 7 hours, okay? Like, it's literally just one paragraph that I have to finish, but I keep on like, yap, 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 okay? So I gotta log off and do that. So I will come back to you guys with another thought soon. All right, that's all I gotta say. All right, kisses.